voices to lift our community. Cindy's choice is to bring everyone together. She wants to make this city even better. It's a celebration of collaboration and love. Bringing our city together, bringing Chattanooga together as one.
Yes, it's Cindy's choice to celebrate and collaborate our community. Cindy here on WGOW Talk Radio 102.3 FM, the Talk Monster via Zoom as we practice our social distancing here on WGOW. And you may be listening at WGOW.com. You can listen there live as well or on TuneIn Radio. And even on Facebook, we usually live stream on Facebook, but we're actually recording this episode on Zoom, and I will share that on social media as well. So you get to enjoy hearing and listening there as well. And it's Cindy's choice, again, to celebrate and collaborate our community. It's Cindy's choice to be brave and to make a difference. Cindy's choice is integrity-centric businesses that care. They care about the community and they want to contribute through collaboration. They honor me by trusting me to manage that collaboration. So you can find out more about that at Cindy's Choice, cindyschoice.com. Go there, you'll find links to all of these integrity-centric businesses that care about the community. They support this platform, and we appreciate them so much. I have a couple of quick announcements before we introduce our very special guest this evening. He'll be up after the first break, and we actually have Bill Hagerty joining us. Bill Hagerty, who is the former commissioner of the Tennessee Department of Economic and Community Development. Then he served as our ambassador to Japan, and now he is appointed to President Trump's Economic Advisory Board. And he's a thought leader on that board, and it's going to be great to hear from him as he is Zooming from Nashville this evening. So stay tuned. He'll be up after the very first break. But again, some quick announcements. May 9th, we have an event coming up on May 9th. That's a Saturday. And this event will take place at the Chicken Salad Chick over on Gun Barrel near Target. And we actually have a fundraiser for the tornado victims. That area was hit really hard, as well as you're familiar with some areas in North Georgia and Ottawa and Collegedale, and we want to do our part. We've come up with an awesome Nuga Strong 2020 t-shirt. And you can go to cindyschoice.com. You can purchase that t-shirt online. You can choose your size. That way we're sure to have your size available. Then we have the t-shirt pickup at the Chicken Salad Chick on Gun Barrel on Saturday, May 9th. Now, when you come to pick up your shirt, we will have a gas grill that Lowe's over on Gun Barrel, thank you, Pete Lane, has contributed, and we'll actually have a drawing. So when you pick up your shirt, you get to enter this drawing for this grill. And we've got time to come up with some more prizes as well by the time this comes around. And also, if you want to go ahead and order your Chicken Salad Chick, pick it up at that time as well, you'll get an extra opportunity to win the grill and the other prizes that we will have available. $10 from every t-shirt will be contributed to tornado relief. It's a $20 purchase, an awesome looking t-shirt. Go online now, cindyschoice.com, go to the community tab, and you'll see there where you can purchase your shirt. We'll have your size available, and you can contribute to these neighborhoods that have been just absolutely devastated. I've been there firsthand, and it is literally like a war zone. It's like bombs were dropped. Places are just destroyed. It's heartbreaking, and we want to help these families however we can. So be sure and contribute in that way. And also another Cindy's Choice Select service, Chicken Salad Chick is on board with us, but so is the Joint Chiropractic, and you can have a free complimentary consultation at their new location on the North Shore by texting North Shore to 89,000. That's North Shore to 89000. And they're kind of being courteous to the social distancing right now, so they will be opening up in early May. And again, I want to remind you that Cindy's Choice is integrity-centric businesses that do care about the community and contribute through collaboration. We support small business while we serve the community. So we do that through radio and TV media as well as social media. But our main value in our community is outreach through Cindy's Choice events and our purposeful personal engagement in our community. I have a wonderful community liaison that helps me out with that. We spearhead many community initiatives through the Cindy's Choice Charitable Charter in partnership with the Generosity Trust. And I'm just so incredibly thankful right now to have a platform and be in a position to be a voice for small businesses. At a time like this, it's just such a blessing because we need it. We're going to be talking about that more with Bill Hagerty when he joins us after the break. But I am all for the safeguards. I've been practicing. I've been wearing a mask. I've been practicing social distancing and just staying in, Zooming and having Zoom meetings. And it's really hard on a social person like me, but I'm doing my part. So I take that very seriously. But our economy was doing so well before this hit, and even then, statistics aren't so well for small businesses. It's really challenging. And, small businesses are an anchor of the U.S. economy. 48% of all U.S. employees work for small businesses. 48% of all U.S. employees work for small businesses. 18% of all U.S. employees work for businesses with fewer than 20 employees. Small businesses accounted for over half of the net job creation in 2014. I got those statistics from J.P. Morgan Chase. Y'all hear me talk about it all the time. 40% of businesses are profitable, 30% break even, 30% are actually losing money. So you can imagine the devastation that the COVID issue has brought to these already challenged businesses. Over 80%, I think it's around 82%, they do not make it over 5 years. These are statistics you can Google in Forbes, Bloomberg, Entrepreneur. These are very common statistics that have maintained for a long time. So small businesses always need our support. That's what a lot has been the concept of the passion behind Cindy's Choice, my drive to create support for small businesses, because I understand these challenges firsthand. But the most common reasons small businesses fail includes a lack of capital or funding, retaining an inadequate management team, a faulty infrastructure or business model, and unsuccessful marketing initiatives. So this is a wonderful opportunity for us to collaborate and demonstrate how much more we can do together. And we will talk more about that, but we are going to go to break now, and stay with us. I look forward to introducing Mr. Bill Hagerty when we get back here on Cindy's Choice.
The latest on COVID-19, you're just minutes away from a fresh update at the top of the hour. 24/7, accurate, timely information. The WGOW station.
Cindy here to tell you, when I need help with my vehicles, East Ridge Fast Lube is my auto repair shop. From minor fixes to complete system overhauls, they do it all. Find them near the tunnel on Ringgold Road or at eastridgefastlube.com. Cindy here to tell you, when I need help with my vehicles, East Ridge Fast Lube is my auto repair shop. From minor fixes to complete system overhauls, they do it all. Find them near the tunnel on Ringgold Road or at eastridgefastlube.com.
Are you looking for a home inspector? Are you looking to sell your house this year? My name is Desmond Thornton. I'm with Thornton Home Inspections. Visit us online at thorntonhomeinspections.net. We actually can help you get your home sold. Also, we have additional services such as radon testing, mold testing, indoor air quality testing, termite, asbestos testing, lead paint, and others. If you're needing any services like this, feel free to reach out to us at thorntonhomeinspections.net. If there's a service that we can perform for you, contact us at thorntonhomeinspections.net.
I'm Shelley Palmer. I'm Ross Martin. And you're listening to Think About This.
Is your digital life overwhelming you?
We talk about how brands are delivering their messages in the midst of a digital reckoning.
Let Shelley and Ross help you survive the disruption.
If you think about what all these subscriptions have in common is one thing, and they're all going up in price.
So welcome to Think About This. The more you listen, the less you know.
Listen and subscribe to Think About This, free, wherever you get your podcasts.
The long-term effects of the coronavirus are unknown, but the short-term effect for the stock market included record single-day and single-week losses. How is this health scare affecting your retirement savings? The team at Blue Ridge Wealth Planners has seen market fluctuations before. Work with them to create a plan designed to help reduce the risk to your retirement savings from the latest health scares and other market events that can impact your savings.
It might be right up
Schedule a
there.
complimentary visit right now by going
those
to
are coronavirus.
planforeverything.com. You don't know if the market will lose 1,000 points tomorrow. You only know that you don't want your retirement savings to feel more effects from the coronavirus or other volatile events. Get your retirement plan checkup today. Contact Blue Ridge Wealth Planners at planforeverything.com.
What?
Investment advisory services offered through Blue Ridge Wealth Planners, a registered
23,
investment advisor.
Just
Securities offered through
23.5.
Madison Avenue Securities, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
Need a full roof replacement, roof repair, or maintenance? Langley Roofing was established in 1965, backed by 3 generations of knowledge and experience, so Langley Roofing will give you the truth about your roof. If your roof needs a replacement, a repair, or nothing at all, Langley Roofing will make your experience a pleasurable one. Keeping families dry since 1965. Call Langley Roofing, 423-504-5056. That's 423-504-5056, or find them on the web at langleyroofs.com.
102.3.
Thank you. Thank you for staying with us here on Cindy's Choice as we celebrate and collaborate the community here on WGOW 102.3 FM, the Talk Monster. Cindy here. And I am so very happy to introduce our very special guest, Mr. Bill Hagerty, former commissioner of the Tennessee Development of Economic and Community Development, then our ambassador to Japan, and now he is appointed to President Trump's Economic Advisory Board. Welcome, Mr. Hagerty. How are you?
Great to be with you, Cindy. Thank you.
It's awesome to have you here. I know you're a very busy man, and we appreciate your time right now as we're trying to revive our community and get back to work. We're just so appreciative of your time to.
Well, I'm delighted to be with you this evening.
Contribute to that. And I know I want to jump right in so we have plenty of time. The time always goes by way too fast. And I'm very intrigued with the fact that I know you're the former commissioner of the Tennessee Department of Economic and Community Development. So why don't we start there? I actually know someone that works in that department now that you would have been the commissioner, that you weren't the commissioner when he's there. But I've been very intrigued to find out what he's been doing. But could you tell us a little more about your background and your experience that led to that?
Well, sure. My background should go back to the beginning, though. I'm from Sumner County, Gallatin, Tennessee. We had a small farm in a place called Castellian Springs. Grew up there with, very typical parents, I think, in Tennessee. My father worked road construction. My mom was a career school teacher for more than 50 years. They raised us the same way I think so many of us are raised, Cindy. Strong, conservative Christian Tennessee values. They taught us to love Christ. They taught us to love our country, and they certainly taught us to love one another. And,
Yes.
We grew up working hard. I learned the value of hard work from a very early age. We raised cattle and pigs. I baled hay. When I got older, I worked outside like my dad, shoveling asphalt. And, I was very lucky. My father, though he didn't graduate from college, he made certain that I had the opportunity to do that. And that gave me the foundation to then start my career in business. And I've been a businessman for decades and have been very, very fortunate in that career, and really fortunate to start off in a place that allowed me to travel and, work on some really big things. And, I think make a real foundation to serve me well as I've had the opportunity to come in and serve my state. And the role in state government started in January of 2011. At that time, you may remember, Cindy, the state's economy was in bad shape. Tennessee's unemployment rate was above the national average. That means we were worse off than most other states in the nation. We had a big budget deficit too, over $1 billion budget deficit when I came in January of 2011. The governor asked everybody running a department or agency to go through their operation and figure out how to save money. Because I was a business person, I went first. And we went through it very quickly. It took us about 30 days to figure out what we're going to do. And on day 45, we implemented it. And we eliminated over 40% of the positions in the department. Now, I want to be clear, Cindy, it's not because anybody was doing anything wrong, but we had to ask some very tough questions. And the very basic question that I always ask is whether this is a function that the government should be doing, if there's a private sector option for it, et cetera. And if the answer to that's not affirmative, then we eliminated the position. And so we saved millions of dollars on a recurring basis by scaling the department back down significantly. And then we did something I think any business person would do. I looked at it like a business, and I said, look, I've got to take this team out of Tennessee Tower. Most everybody was sitting in one building in Nashville, Tennessee. You need to put them in the field. You need to have a strong team in the field. And the first person in the area that you're in right now in Chattanooga area was Patsy Hazelwood. And Patsy ran our team there and on the ground in Chattanooga, did a terrific job. She now does a great job serving as a state representative, and I think continuing to represent the area. But Patsy was the first leader of that team on the ground, and we had people like Patsy across the state that had significant business experience, seasoned professionals that were there on the ground working with our local leadership and with local companies. That's where we needed to be to grow the economy. We worked very hard at the same time to recruit companies to come in, not only from other parts of America, but from all over the world. And during my tenure, Tennessee became the #1 state in the nation for jobs created through foreign investment. So we went through that process, significantly scaled down the operation, restructured it like a business person would, and delivered exceptional results. And if you look at the progress that Governor Lee and Commissioner Rolfe have continued, today Tennessee is #1 on almost every measure. I say this before the shutdown happened due to the coronavirus, but #1 on almost every measure. If you look at our unemployment rate, you look at wage growth, GDP growth at the state level, Tennessee is the top state in the nation. If not, it's one of the very top every time the measurement is taken. So that type of experience, really making our economy grow, learning to recruit the types of companies we need that will be supporters of our economy and good corporate citizens, I think that's a great background for what the president's asked me to do right now.
Yes. And as a business person, I'm immediately recognizing, you did have to make some tough calls there, but those business strategies, that balance of being sensitive to some issues, but having to streamline and kind of bottom line it at times is just a very necessary call. You can't hardly avoid that. And it does sound like, and Patsy Hazelwood, I'm very familiar with her and the good job that she does for our area, and it's these business strategies. So it does seem sensible that you're going to be in a role to help our economy. A thought leader, I think, is kind of part of your title right now in helping to revive businesses and get us back on track. And I mentioned earlier before you came on, I always mention on my show, the challenges for small businesses in general. Even when the economy's good, it's tough on small businesses. There's a lot of different challenges that they face. But with your extensive business background, I know you're very familiar with the difficulties facing these businesses during COVID-19. And this is really hard. And I've been trying to explain to people that I've taken this very seriously. But, I have a lot of businesses on board with me that have been hit really hard, and they're having to lay off employees that are struggling. And I shared with you briefly, and my audience knows I was homeless on the streets, Bill. I know how instantly that can happen if you're not prepared for something like that, as most Americans do live paycheck to paycheck, then that demographic, the homeless demographic, is going to grow. And there's all kinds of negative statistics, but at the same time, I get it. And I'm encouraging folks, hey, we've got to take all the precautions to protect each other and, comply with the methods. So what are we facing? I mean, could you talk a little bit about resources available to small businesses and what it's going to take to kind of get us going again?
Certainly, Cindy, I can. And I want to say this. My heart goes out to all of the hardworking people here in Tennessee that are out of a job right now or who are concerned that may be right around the corner. The same thing for the businesses here in Tennessee. Many of them are sole proprietorships, small companies. As you mentioned earlier, half the employment in the nation runs through small businesses in our country. And it's really the engine of growth here. The small business community, I think, has got huge challenges before it. That's why these programs are put in place. The aim had been to put them in place immediately, to get them built, to get the money on the street as fast as possible. I hate to say, though, that there have been too many politics played in Washington. The package was put together, and Nancy Pelosi had to fly in on a Sunday and basically held up the first package, the first major package in the CARES Act, held that up for 5 days so we could fund the Kennedy Center. I mean, it really is unfortunate, but the politicians in Washington don't want to let a crisis go to waste, as they say. And my argument to them and to everybody has been every hour that we delay is costing American jobs. It's costing Tennessee jobs. It's causing companies to go bankrupt. So time is of the essence. The president completely gets this, and everybody that he's put on the task force, the Economic Recovery Group task force, we get it too. And we're trying to help give the president as best advice we can on the basics of bringing the economy back, on rebounding the economy as fast as we can. The president wants to make it stronger and better. Where I'm focused specifically is getting our supply chains back from China. When I served as the U.S. ambassador to Japan, I worked alongside the president dealing with China on a regular basis. Cindy, you probably know this, many of your viewers do, but Japan is the host to the largest component of U.S. military anywhere in the world outside of America. The reason is that's where we deal with everything in Asia. And by that, I'm talking about China, North Korea, and Russia. It's a very challenging environment. And I've dealt with China in many different respects. Their militarization of islands in the South China Sea and the East China Sea, using their economic might to try to bend smaller nations to their will. We've had to stand up to China for a long time out there. The president knows that I've got the strength and the courage to stand up to China, and I've got the diplomatic and the business experience to do something about it. So the same reason he's endorsed my U.S. Senate campaign, he's put me on this team to make sure that we have the right sort of business background and experience to really try to help guide our nation out. With respect to China, I think the American public has seen how vulnerable we are when we have parts of our critical supply chains controlled by countries that don't necessarily have our best interest at heart. And if you think about our exposure on medical devices and medical supplies, we think about our exposure on pharmaceuticals. I'm concerned about technologies that could be vital to our military and our national security. Those things need to be taken into consideration, and I think the American public sees today that that vulnerability is something that we need not have. So I'm very focused on helping the president get those supply chains back to America.
Well, and that's a lot why I so appreciate you coming in on the Cindy's Choice platform and sharing this, because, you know, our politicians are so polarized to most of us, to like 80, I'm like 85% of the population. I'm probably not in tune to the details, maybe as much as I should be, but it's overwhelming to me. And I'm a business owner, and I'm trying to run a business and keep some people employed and keep my own head above water.
Yeah.
So I so appreciate this opportunity, because confidence in our leaders means the world. You know, really, there's a lot of fear out there, and you know, and we know it's so. We're going to have disagreements, and what we have to do is just realize that people are trying their best. And I love an expression you used when I talked to you before about driving a car as you're building it. And I've done that with Cindy's Choice. No one's quite done what I've done before, and I've had to kind of get this figured out. And I'm glad I was able to stay under the radar a little bit while that was happening. You guys aren't under the radar.
Yeah.
Everybody's watching as you're all trying to figure this out with information. Oh my goodness, who can keep up? There's constant new information. So I really appreciate the challenge of that. And it really is great. I appreciate the time with you coming and encouraging the local viewership or the local listenership, and encouraging them and letting them know there really are people in place, because with what you've already shared, it sounds like you're definitely the man for the job with helping us with the Economic Advisory Board.
Well, I think that my hat's off to you, certainly, Cindy, for the experience that you have and your insight and understanding. But having a sense for the urgency of this is really critical, and the agility necessary to make it work. And as we talked about earlier, we're building the car as we're driving it. We've got to move quickly. We've got to help these businesses, because every hour that we wait, every hour that these programs go unfunded because people are bickering in Washington over installing their socialist agenda rather than trying to help the small businesses and the hardworking men and women right here in Tennessee that have lost their jobs or may lose their jobs, that's costing real damage to our economy and long-term damage to people's lives. So it really is sad, the partisanship. We've got to find a way to be more agile. And I look at the bureaucracy as well. They've been trying to put in place the standard and the structure for these programs. We put together a town hall to just help people understand how to go through and apply for the payroll protection loans. And
well, hold it right there. Hold that thought. Let's talk about the PPP and the SBA loans when we get back. We're going to take a quick break. Stay with us. Stay with us here on Cindy's Choice.
Working from home? Keep up with the latest on COVID-19. Next update in minutes. Top of every hour. 24/7. WGOW. On air, on the app, on your smart speaker.
Cindy's Choice is so happy to have JDH Developers as a part of the Cindy's Choice Select Services, supporting local community initiatives. They are a commercial real estate company specializing in the hotel industry. They revitalize distressed properties that revitalize our community, which is right in line with the Cindy's Choice mission. Check out the 4 properties in our area and other areas as well at jdhdevelopers.com. That's jdhdevelopers.com. It's Cindy's choice to be brave and make a difference. Literally networking my way off homelessness on the streets to build the strongest network of my life has equipped me to do the same for others. And that's my mission. Tune in Fridays at 7 p.m. for Cindy's Choice and Saturdays at 7 a.m. for Outside with Cindy, broadcasting live so you can join the conversation for a real community connection. Find out more at cindyschoice.com.
Hey, it's Brian Joyce. I'm here with Jay Kinnemer and Brent Burks, the insiders at the McMahon Law Firm. Jay, at the McMahon Law Firm, you offer a free case review. Now, I know you don't work for free, but it doesn't cost anybody anything to give you a call.
That's correct. If anybody has any type of legal issue, they need to give us a call. It is a free case review. We sit down with the person and work through the issues and show them a plan that makes sense to reach a conclusion that's good for them. Why wouldn't they call? I've had way too many situations where people have called trying to handle their own claim, and then it gets really messed up, and would have worked out better if they just called us in the beginning.
Folks, if you have a legal question, if you even think you need some legal advice, don't fall for an out-of-state billboard attorney. Call Jay Kinnemer and Brent Burks at the McMahon Law Firm. 25 years experience right here in Chattanooga. 265-1100, the McMahon Law Firm. Jay Kinnemer, Brent Burks, 265-1100.
Okay, you know how it feels when you've saved enough for that long-awaited home edition? Now imagine an addition on that addition. That's the feeling with Capital One, where a new savings account earns an interest rate 5 times the national average. That's right, 5 times, as represented by 5 times more singers. This is banking reimagined. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Rate comparison based on FDIC national rate. Capital One NA member FDIC.
And sponsored by Open Jar Concepts. Consult your physician prior to discontinuing use of any medication. Attention. This is an important message to anyone who has been diagnosed with cancer after prolonged use of Zantac or other heartburn medication. Recently, the FDA has warned that Zantac and other medications containing the heartburn drug ranitidine may be contaminated with cancer-causing agents. This announcement has been followed by drug companies recalling their generic ranitidine and Zantac products, while drugstores are pulling these products from their shelves. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medications regularly, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call 800-620-5850 now for a free legal consultation and to see if you're eligible to file a claim. Time restrictions may apply, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. So call 800-620-5850 now. Again, 800-620-5850. That's 800-620-5850.
Winter means fire deaths increase by almost 75% across Tennessee. Keep flammable items like blankets or furniture at least 3 feet away from space heaters and wood stoves. Practice a home fire escape plan with your family. Everyone should know 2 ways out of each room. Need working smoke alarms? Contact your local fire department and ask if they participate in Get Alarm Tennessee. Brought to you by the Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance in cooperation with the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters at this station.
Talk Radio 102.3 FM, the Talk Monster.
Thank you for staying with us here on Cindy's Choice as we celebrate and collaborate the community here on WGOW Talk Radio 102.3 FM, the Talk Monster. This is Cindy. Thank you for staying with us. Going to jump back in to my conversation here with Bill Hagerty, who is the former commissioner of the Tennessee Department of Economic and Community Development, then our ambassador to Japan, and now he is appointed to President Trump's Economic Advisory Board, and we're so glad to have him with us here. And we were talking, Bill, about, I know Congress is working on providing funding for small businesses. We've got the PPP, we've got SBA loans. Kind of give us the lay of the land there with those things.
Well, before I do that, Cindy, I want to acknowledge the tornado that hit the area there as well.
Yes.
And FEMA has been on the ground working that. I know that the citizens there have been impacted. We're very fortunate to have strong leadership there. Mayor Jim Coppinger, I've worked with for years, just a terrific individual. His leadership is great. You've got Sheriff Hammond, you've got Deputy Sheriff Garrett there. They are terrific. I've been on the phone with them through this, and they are doing a great job. And then you've got a wonderful legislative delegation from both Bradley and Hamilton counties there that have provided great leadership throughout all of this.
Very stellar gentlemen that you've just mentioned, and not to mention too, our police chief Roddy has done a wonderful job in contributing with all of that. And Bill, it's really bad. I'm from South Texas and Florida, and I've survived Hurricane Ike, and I've come from West Texas where we have plenty of tornadoes. Never have I seen anything like the devastation that hit on the eastern part of our area. It is literally like a war zone. It's just horrible. And with Cindy's Choices contributing and doing a lot, our community's coming together. Positive is coming from it. We appreciate you acknowledging that.
Well, my heart and prayers go to the people that have suffered through that. I know there's a lot of rebuilding to do, but I don't want us to overlook what they're going through because people have been so focused in the national media on this coronavirus. But the impact of the tornadoes has been significant. I was with the president when he came down to tour the tornadoes that happened a little bit earlier. And we took a low-lying helicopter. We took Marine One low from the Nashville airport over to Cookeville. And the extent of the damage was very visible from that perspective. Huge trees snapped like toothpicks. Houses just crushed. The devastation is just amazing. And my heart really goes out to people there that have suffered.
Well, we appreciate that very much. And like you said, we already had COVID to deal with, and now these victims of this tornado have a whole lot more to deal with. But again,
Indeed.
it's the community is collaborating, and we're pulling together. And Cindy's Choice is definitely, we've initiated some community initiatives to help support how we can. So share with us, because some of those folks are really going to want to benefit from the PPP, the SBA loans, or whatever else Congress is coming up with in order to support small businesses, because supporting small businesses is supporting employees. It goes beyond the small business. That is the hub of our economic system.
Certainly. It is the hub and the core and the engine of growth in America, and certainly important to the economy of Tennessee. The federal resources where I would like to point you is going to the web, to sba.gov. That's where you can get a great deal of resources there for how the federal programs work that you just described. That's the payroll protection loan program that just has run out of money last week. Again, very unfortunate partisan bickering that slowed down the refueling of that. It's passed through the Senate now and is due to be passed through the House on Thursday. I certainly hope that it goes through and the program gets reloaded because people are in desperate need of help there. In Tennessee, the SBA here, the Small Business Administration here, the phone number is 615-736-5881. They can help answer questions here locally and help the process as well and explain that. And also, I would encourage people to go to the Tennessee Department of Economic and Community Development, Commissioner Rolfe's department. They have resources there on the web at tnecd.com. tnecd.com. Those are all helpful places to get basic information. And your local bank for the PPP loans will be the resource that you need. They've got to work through the SBA, and the bankers should be in a position to take the borrowers through that. I know a lot of people in Tennessee have gone through the process. Either they're in the queue now, or they've already got their paperwork in, or they're in the process. But I would encourage them to put that as a top priority and get that in as quickly as possible and work with your local bank to do that.
Oh, most definitely. And I've written down that information, and I'll be sure and share that routinely and help and do my part in making sure that small businesses have access to that information, because again, things change daily and it's so hard to keep up. But now you are appointed to the President Trump's Economic Advisory Board. You're a thought leader on this board, if I have that correctly. Let's just elaborate more on that. I mean, you've shared, it's obvious to me why you're lined up to be in that role. So I just picture this big elephant, and you've got to figure out where to take that first bite. And so where do you go with that?
Well, the president put this board together. I've been working with the team there for a few weeks. I've been up at the White House with the team, working on it. The president formalized it with this, this large board, all focused on the economic side of the problem. He's got great advice on the scientific and healthcare side of it, but he really wanted to reach out and get our advice on how to restart, reboot, and rebound our economy. So he's got a wide variety of industries represented. The president runs the meetings himself. I don't think that would surprise you or any of your viewers. And he's getting really great input. The people in the manufacturing side, for example, are going into great detail with the president about how to reopen safely with new sanitation procedures, where PPE's got to be in place, meaning the masks, the gloves that are necessary, where distancing doesn't work in a manufacturing line. New sanitation protocols, either between shifts and even during shifts, to make certain that you're keeping risk low. And importantly, having testing available. So we've got a lot of pieces of the puzzle that we're putting in place. There are areas where the president is very focused in terms of making certain we have enough PPE, we have enough tests to reopen. But the president has taken all of this into account on a very tactical level in putting together a plan that we launched late last week. And it basically breaks it into 3 stages of reopening the economy. It's guidelines, it's not a mandate, but governors are free to use that to modify it to suit them, suit the states that they're in, and to move forward to begin to, in an orderly and safe manner, begin to reopen our economy. And the president has been very clear that consumers have to feel confident that we're doing this in a safe manner. But people want to get back to work, and we need to get back to work yesterday. So this program that he's laid out, I think, is a very structured approach. You know, I was doing a radio interview on Saturday when the interviewer asked me whether I thought partisanship would creep into how the governors react to this, meaning is there going to be a blue state, red state divide? Will the blue state governors try to hold out till after the November elections before they let the economy start up, et cetera? And I told the interviewer, I said, I just cannot believe that if our governors who go early, and Governor Lee's going to be in that group, if we do this successfully and get the economy to reopen in Tennessee, reopen in Texas, Georgia, the other states that are looking at this early, if we do this well, these blue state governors don't report to Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer. They report to their constituents. And their constituents are not about to let their economy be shut down any longer than it absolutely has to be. So I think that we're all in this together. I think we're going to lock arms, work as hard as we can to do this safely and carefully, but quickly, and work our way through this. And the longer that this takes, Cindy, the harder it's going to be to pull out of the economic downturn. So we need to move rapidly. The president has been clear with us on the board. He wants his ideas. He wants the best ideas that we can generate for him. And we need to get moving on this very quickly. Again, I'm going to be focused on helping bring our critical supply chain back from China. That vulnerability is exposed. It's clear to everyone. There are other aspects of this, though, that we've got to get focused on at a very tactical level very quickly. And we're making that happen.
Yes. And a lot of the small businesses that I'm talking to that are getting ready to ramp back up, I am so impressed with the precautions that they are taking. And I'm a hang glider pilot, Bill. So I was talking with one of the local owner of our hang gliding park. We have one of the largest hang gliding schools in the area here in our area. And he was listing off all of these major precautions that they are going to take because they teach, and you're able to keep some social distancing, but they're not taking any chances. They're going to take every precaution that they possibly can, to the point of even taking the temperature of the students before they allowed them to participate. I'm like, wow, there you go. And I can't wait to share that story and more stories like that to demonstrate, we're smart people. We can do this. We can find a balance in between protecting each other. But, Bill, there's some serious consequences from people being out of work. And I've had the topic of our suicide rates are already just staggering before this happened. And those are increasing. And here locally, the domestic violence calls to our police station was up to 24%. That's a lot of stress on a family when you're isolated together and there's no income coming in and the stress level's off the charts. And there was already issues there before that are just getting escalated. And I'm a Pollyanna. I'm just positive. I don't like talking about this stuff, but it's real. And it's killing families in a different way. than what this horrible virus is doing. And it is very serious. I wear my mask. I practice the social distancing and encourage others to do the same. But I think that our business demographic is going to demonstrate responsibility through this. And we will be able to keep flattening the curve while this happens, because nobody wants to go through this again.
I agree with you. And I've got to say this, Cindy, my wife, Chrissy, and our 4 kids pray every night for the families that are suffering, just the way you said. We've had so much economic carnage, and families are suffering tremendously through this. And far more families are suffering from the economic carnage than are suffering from the disease. We pray for the people that are suffering from the disease as well, of course. But we've got to get our nation back to work, because our families need it, our businesses need it, but it's the men and women who, through no fault of their own, are out of a job right now. And it's putting tremendous stress on families. Also, being out of school creates a lot of stress. I mean, it's been a humbling experience for me, Cindy. We have a 5th grader, a 7th grader, a 9th grader, and a 10th grader. And to have my 5th grader come and ask me questions about school that I have no idea what the answer is, I have a huge respect. I've always have had a respect, but a renewed respect for families that homeschool, because it's a challenge. It's tough.
That is, I don't have kids at home anymore, but I'm really feeling it for my friends, and I understand some of the challenges they're having. Well, it looks like we've got to go to our next break, and I know you've got to go, Bill. I know you have to rush off, but again, this has been awesome. We appreciate your time here so much, and we appreciate you and what you're doing. And we want to support you how we can, and our leadership there, and anything I can do to help our economy and support our small businesses, I am certainly here to help. So thank you.
Well, Cindy, if you keep our president and vice president in your prayers, me and my family, I'd very much appreciate that. And I tell you, I've got Hamilton and Bradley County in my prayers too. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That's awesome. Count on it. And thank you. And we're going to go to
Cindy.
break. Stay with us here on
Bye-bye.
Cindy's Choice.
WGOW.
Things are going to stay weird for a while.
Life won't be back to normal fully, probably for 18 months. That's not to say we'll be at stay-at-home anywhere close to 18 months, but we have to be prepared to listen to those professionals.
Talk Radio 102.3 WGOW FM.
Cindy here to tell you, life moves until back, neck, or shoulder pain brings us to a stop. That's why Cindy's Choice is the Joint Chiropractic. You never need an appointment or insurance, and they're open evenings and weekends. To receive the $29 new patient special, visit thejoint.com today. In Hickson on Hickson Pike in the Public Shopping Center, or opening April 2nd at 2 North Shore near Whole Foods. Find out more at thejoint.com.
Hello, this is Tommy Taylor with Thomas Taylor CPA, a CPA here in Chattanooga on Heritage Business Court. We work with small businesses, helping them with their tax concerns, their bookkeeping, helping them understand their business and how to make their business better, working with their cash flow. I also work with individuals, whether they're large or small. We love helping them achieve the dreams and goals that they have. You can reach us at our website at www.thomastaylorscpa.com.
Cindy's Choice is so happy to have JDH Developers as a part of the Cindy's Choice Select Services, supporting local community initiatives. They are a commercial real estate company specializing in the hotel industry. They revitalize distressed properties that revitalize our community, which is right in line with the Cindy's Choice mission. Check out the 4 properties in our area and other areas as well at jdhdevelopers.com. That's jdhdevelopers.com. Time passes quickly. Before you know it, children are grown, parents or grandparents are gone, and your family has changed forever. A Cancer family portrait can capture those family connections for many a lifetime to come. I am Cindy of Cindy's Choice, and Cancer photography is Cindy's Choice because Brad Cancer is highly revered as a storyteller that uses photography to create distinctive portrait art. Find out more about owning a Canceller at cancelphotography.com. That's cancelphotography.com.
Are you looking for a home inspector? Are you looking to sell your house this year? My name is Desmond Thornton. I'm with Thornton Home Inspections. Visit us online at thorntonhomeinspections.net. We actually can help you get your home sold. Also, we have additional services such as radon testing, mold testing, indoor air quality testing, termite, asbestos testing, lead paint, and others. If you're needing any services like this, feel free to reach out to us at thorntonhomeinspections.net. If there's a service that we can perform for you, contact us at thorntonhomeinspections.net.
Matt Hollander here with Holco. I have secured a special offer on every product we sell. So if you need replacement windows, doors, siding, roofing, or our very popular bath systems, purchase now and don't pay 1 red cent until 2022. That's right, 0 down, 0 interest. You can get what you want now and not pay for it for over a year and a half. This offer is only good through May 31st, so act now. Visit callholco.com.
This is a commercial announcement. Picture this scenario. A shortage of fuel has closed your electric utility, or any possible disaster has just devastated your town. You're out of power, no lights, and no news. That's why federal and state agencies urge every home to have an emergency radio. Now you can get a free Dynamo World Band emergency radio. This powerful radio lets you stay informed during any type of emergency. It doesn't even need batteries and comes with a hand-crank generator and super bright LED flashlight. The Dynamo emergency radio includes the NOAA weather band, a long-range AM receiver, a high-sensitivity FM band, and even a USB jack to charge cell phones or other devices. The Dynamo emergency weather band radio retails for almost $30. But Newsmax wants to make sure you get this radio. So check out the free offer for the emergency radio by going to gettheradio.com. That's gettheradio.com or call 800-NEWSMAX. This radio could save your life. This is a limited offer and may end soon, so order today.
Talk Radio 102.3. The Cindy's Choice Show is sponsored by Cindy's Choice Ensemble of Experts.
Thank you. Thank you for staying with us here on Cindy's Choice. And we so appreciate the opportunity to get to hear from Bill Hagerty. And I very much appreciate his time on here. I want to definitely jump in. I've got repeat those announcements from earlier in the show. The Joint Chiropractic. Yes, there's already one location open in Hickson Pike that I am frequenting. I've really appreciating that they have been an essential business, because I know it's great stress relief for me to get my regular maintenance and regular adjustments. But the Joint is awesome because they're open on weekends. They're open in the evenings. It's very affordable, very flexible, no insurance required. They're on Hickson Pike right next to Publix, with the North Shore location opening very soon. Text North Shore to 89,000. North Shore to 89000 and get a complimentary visit when that new location opens, and they will give you updates on that. May 9th, that's a Saturday, we will have the t-shirt pickup. So go to cindyschoice.com. You can order an awesome Nuga Strong 2020 Be Brave and Make a Difference t-shirt, and $10 from every shirt will be contributed to tornado relief through the Cindy's Choice Charitable Charter. So please go do that now. Go to cindyschoice.com, go to the community tab, purchase your shirt, put your size in there. That way we can hold your size and make sure it's available for you. When you come to pick up your shirt, you can enter a drawing. The Lowe's on Gun Barrel, the manager there, Pete Lane, is a very community-oriented guy, and he has donated a gas grill as a prize. So you can enter to win the grill once you purchase the t-shirt. If you order chicken salad chick, you get another opportunity to win. We will have more prizes as well. So just remember May 9th, that's a Saturday from 11 to 2 p.m. But go online and order your shirt now, so we have your size available. You can pay online, and we will have some inventory there on site, but to guarantee your size that we have it there for you, it's best to order ahead of time. And we're just getting creative. We still want to honor social distancing, so you don't have to get out of your car. Your food and your t-shirt will be delivered directly to your automobile. And I just want to jump back in and remind you that Cindy's Choice is integrity-centric businesses that care. We earnestly care about the community, and we want to contribute through collaboration. And the collaboration honors me by trusting me to manage that collaboration. And we're demonstrating that we can do so much more together. And having a healthy network of support is vital to your personal and your professional life. So take this opportunity to realize that, we're experiencing isolation together, and getting firsthand experience what it's like to be alone. And we can do so much more together. And I can't wait to come out of this strong together. And we've got to come out of this. We've got to get back to work, but we've got to keep practicing all of the precautions, and even more so if there's more people involved. It's up to each of us individually to practice. I feel awkward in a mask, but I wear it to the grocery store out of respect to others and out of protection for others. I would hate to ever risk making anyone else sick, even though I have no symptoms and don't feel like it's a problem. And I'm not a fear-based person. I had to get real intentional about taking this serious and not being too flip about it. I had to really know this is real, and it's not about me. It's about respect for others. So we have to keep our distance. I am glad that the state parks are opening on Friday, because you can keep your distance in a state park, and you can join me Saturday morning on Outside with Cindy. Our Cindy's Choice Select service. Brad Kanzler of Kanzler Photography is joining us. Mark Cromie from the Chattanooga Allergy Clinic will be on. We'll be talking about this high allergy season on Outside with Cindy, 7 a.m. till 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. Before that, join us Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. for another version of Cindy's Choice right after Sport Talk. And thank you, Cowboy Joe, our awesome producer. And thank you so much for joining us this evening. And another thank you to Mr. Hagerty for zooming in from Nashville. And we'll see you again on Friday. Hey, be safe out there.